Okay, what's poppin', YouTube? YouTube, what is crack-a-lack? Anyhow, my light uh, should be bright. I got a lot of things to do this morning. My neck is a little messed up. This is what I tell people, man. I got bad luck. It is crazy, man. My luck is so bad that it's bad. What was I doing? All right, well, I don't know. Whatever. Anyway, that's weird. Why did that happen? Maybe it's because I was out of it or something. Maybe. Uh, anyway, you guys see a lot of rearranging and whatnot. I don't know why my light is so dull now. Ugh, it's damn crazy. But yes, been a crazy crazy week. Excuse me. Today, a couple of hours from now of last week, I was walking. With me and my daughter. We took the dog to the vet. Um, Speaking of the devil, so we took her to the vet, and then from there we had to go pick up a whole bunch of mulch and whatnot. About a good 300 and something pounds of it, and I had to do my front lawn and spring cleaning and everything, and we cleaned the house very well. Basically, our regular spring cleaning routine and extra due to the COVID-19 nonsense. And then on top of that, on the way coming back from taking care of everything we were taking care of, we got rear-ended on the Garden State Parkway right before exit 145, which is the exit I was gonna get off. Um, it is what it is. It was a 4-car pile up. My car being the first one, I didn't hit the cars in front of me because I know how to drive and I know how to stop, and I keep a safe distance when I'm behind somebody. Because it doesn't matter if a person stops short, you hit somebody from behind, it's 100% your fault. You're always at fault. Even if you're not tailgating, but you're going speeds and then they decide to slam on their brakes and you hit them, you can't, unless there's camera footage or witnesses like the police or something, you're basically out of luck. So that's why I always, keep from, I know how to drive, so I keep from hitting people. So the white car that was right behind me was virtually almost tailgating, and because I came to a complete stop and I had enough sufficient time, I don't think she was paying attention. And I guess she stopped short, but she still cleared from hitting me. But the car behind her wasn't paying attention, so that car hit her and caused her to hit me. And then the car that hit her had another vehicle that I guess did the same thing. The vehicle that hit her did, and that vehicle hit that vehicle. But that vehicle hit that vehicle after that vehicle made the lady behind me hit me, if that makes any sense. I've seen the whole thing in the mirror. I'm a OG black dude, man. So as an OG black dude, we drive we drive with caution. We're like the Terminator looking for John and Sarah Connor simultaneously at the same time. We're looking in our rear view mirror and our side mirrors. That's how black folks drive, man. Blacks and dark skinned Latinos, we drive like that. We drive like this and this. This is how we drive, and it gets to the point where you're not just scanning like you normally scan in a regular vehicle. It's just the nervousness in us. We just don't. We just watch everything. We watching women walk by, we watching everything. So, you get to the point where it just becomes the norm. And every time I'm coming to a stop or I stop, just like any other vehicle, you have a habit, even at a red light, when a car comes up on you, behind you, you're always going to look in the mirror to see who the person is and see how close they get and whatnot. That's just nature regardless. So anyhow, if that wasn't enough, I'm going through physical therapy now. As you can see, back to the hospital again. And, I was mad that the ambulant people sent me to that nasty East Orange General Hospital and not Mountainside, which is a better hospital. They're both basically probably the same distance from me. So that was kind of like idiotic. and they did send me there, and they had me in like a, they have like a, operating room, like a trauma, not operating room, but trauma, trauma area. And the only thing that separates you from another person is a curtain. And I heard the nurses and all the doctors and nurses were basically from different states. You could tell from accents and whatnot. And I overheard them telling two different people about the pneumonia. And I'm like, yo, get the F out of here. I was like, yo. And he's like, what's going on? I said, yo, you're not gonna have me. And I didn't care. I was like, you're not gonna have me around anybody that's suffering from pneumonia. And I'm like, and the guy's like, oh, I said, dude, this is April. This ain't, this ain't even bronchial season. Bronchial season is basically always around fall. That's when, like around October, November. Those are the seasons for pneumonia and bronchial infections and whatnot. Like people that with bronchitis and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Not April. You know what I mean? And most people that suffer and have pneumonia now, those are symptoms that they have before they get COVID. You know what I mean? And so I'm spazzing out. Like, listen, I'm not. I came here. I was already assaulted by getting hit. I'm not going to come here with these injuries and then leave here to take something home that can positively, most likely, kill my family. You know what I'm saying? I didn't come in here just to leave. I came here to leave with prescriptions and better medical advice, not to leave out of here with something that can potentially cause harm to my loved ones. And they understood it, and then they decided to put me in a room by myself. And I'm like, why would you? And I went off on him. I said, why? What idiot told you to do that? And the doctor comes in and he said, hey, what's going on? I said, so you're the clown who told them. And he said, excuse me. I said, you're the clown who told them to put me in bed. And well, I think I was in bed 11. And then all of a sudden, another nurse from Georgia, because me and him were talking, puts me in 16. I said, if you guys know I came in here for an accident, and because it goes over the radio, why on God's green earth you didn't put me in this room? It was a separate room by itself. Why you didn't put me in that room if you know I came here as an accident victim? I didn't come in here passed out or with a fever or anything like that. Why would you do that? He said it with a stupid look in his face. So he walks off, and I said, you see? So I asked to speak to the supervisor. It was a whole big thing on Tuesday. Now, if that wasn't enough, just to show you how crappy my week was last week, turned around and I guess Thursday evening, that nasty storm, it knocked a good 600-pound branch, because my neighbor's tree is a silver maple tree. And, anybody who knows maple trees, they are huge trees. And this silver maple tree, after a certain time, when they get so big, they start to fall apart and break and whatnot. Now, the nor'easter of 2018, if anybody up here remembers and watched my old videos, back then I complained because the old neighbor next door who sold his property to another African lady, a big tree branch fell directly on the hood of my BMW that I was gonna give my daughter, and it busted up the engine and everything. So that was gone. So that's not enough. Wake up Friday morning and voila, a big 600. The tree branch was so huge and so heavy, it's still there. And my car is like the tree branch just basically took both arms, or both branches, and it actually covers both sides of my car. And it did so much damage that I'm pretty confident that they're going to go ahead, and I think because of the mileage and everything on the vehicle, I think they're gonna go ahead and total my car out this time. I think that's what they're gonna do. I think it's gonna be totaled out. And then just to go and show you just how bad my luck is, yesterday I was gonna show a kid I'm cool with the damage, because he sort of, you can't miss. You come in my driveway, you cannot miss this tree branch or tree branches. They are huge. And that's when I noticed that another piece of her tree came down on my Escalade. Now, this is the same Escalade that I have to go to the body shop to get a new bumper, because the car on Tuesday hit it so much that we don't even know the full damage of it until they take off the bumper to see if any of the styrofoam or the bumper enforcement is damaged, and or if it caused damage to the muffler system or the exhaust, whatever you want to call it, and the tire under it. Because the tire under it, you could clearly see a whole bunch of white scuff marks on the tire. That's how much force she hit and went under. It was so much that she hit my truck hard enough to give me whiplash. My sister, and my daughter to have a sore back to where you could tell it kind of went under and lifted, and then my truck came back down again. It's just ridiculous. To yesterday being Monday, April 4th, and a big piece of tree bark came down because her tree is no good. That she needs to cut that tree down. Fell and smashed my windshield. I'll tell you, I prefer to have no luck than to always continue to have bad luck. Because I have to tell you, it's one thing, within a 2-day span, getting hit from behind. She over here snoring. It's one thing on a Tuesday night to get hit. On a Tuesday to get hit from behind. Then to turn around and on Friday to wake up to a 600+ pound big tree branch that smashed into like 8 or 9 huge pieces on both sides and caused damage on both sides of my car, from the hoods to the left and right quarter panels to the right frame pillar, to basically disintegrating my antenna as well as my right mirror, and it even caused damage to the side of my car going toward the back quarter panels as well. So much so where I have a little buckling and opening on both sides of the where the bumper comes from, like around the rear tire wells to connect to the quarter panels, where it is actually buckling out. I can't really explain it. But nobody got hurt. And to be honest, even though it's upsetting, but I really can't blame. In a way, you have to blame her. But see, out here in New Jersey, they have a law that's called they have something called act of nature ordinance, to where your vehicle, unless you actually have the same auto insurance as you have home, then it's a different story. But if you have auto, as long as you have comprehensive, you're fine. Because if I ran into a tree, I would have to be covered with collision. But being that a piece of a tree fell on my car, comprehensive covers fire and tree falls, et cetera, et cetera. So the other neighbor, her insurance will most likely still pay for it. Or reimburse my insurance company due to the fact that it was her property that damaged my vehicle. But New Jersey have this idiotic law to where they look at it like it's your responsibility because somebody's tree on their property grows and hangs or lingers over your property. I think that is so idiotic and stupid. I don't understand why or how they do that. You can't explain to me or to any reasonable person, but I don't really want to dwell on this too much because there's nothing, let us say, there's no reason to cry over spilled milk. It's already done. The only thing you can do now, you can either complain about it, let it sit, and keep walking over it, knowing that's going to irritate you because it's sticky, then it smell, and it's going to get spoiled, and a lot of other things happen. It's just better off to wipe it off, clean it, disinfect it, and keep it moving. But I just wanted to give that out there because the more I talk about it, the better relieved and better I feel about it. And, of course, really, I can't blame her in a way due to the fact that it's not like she intentionally did it. But the thing is, when you buy and have property, you should be responsible enough to be able to, or to say, you know what, this needs to be taken care of and rectified. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. You understand? And I am upset about that. I'm not going to sit here and fabricate and act like I'm not and everything is peaches and honky-dory, because it's not. You know what I'm saying? But, it is what it is, and hopefully it be taken care of. All right. So moving on from all that jibber jabber. So again, that was last Tuesday, and then it happened. It must have happened Thursday night, but I noticed it Friday morning. So you figure Tuesday slash Thursday, and then now Monday. Three claims because now I'm gonna have to call early this morning and put a claim in for my truck now. Again, this time for the windshield. But the thing is, my neighbor did give me her policy number. I know she told me she has Progressive, so I have her policy number and of course her name. I don't know her last name. And we just recently started talking, so but whatever. Anyhow, moving on. So anyway, I hope everybody's surviving and taking proper precautions and measurements to ensure their safety as well as their loved ones, man. Because I just thank God that my Italian brother from another mother, as he say, Frank. We call him Frank for short, but his real name is um Ixio, or some people call him Iggy for short. And he actually suffered from COVID-19, and thank God that he's doing great because I don't want to lose my boy. I love him. I love that dude, man. I know Frank for about 20 or so years now. Um, that's my brother, man. He's got me by like maybe 10 to 12 years, but that's my dude. Then my cousin Russ, he actually contracted it. He was an essential worker. He was a truck driver, so he could have caught it on any of his routes. Delivering, foods and stuff, or anywhere. And he had it, and that scared the hell out of me because I was like, "Yo, man, I'm not ready to lose. I'm not ready to lose any of these two." You know what I'm saying? And thank goodness that he's doing so much better to where this is why I tell people, I'm like, yo, deal with if you're gonna go deal with urgent care. Don't deal with going to the hospital because a lot of people go to the hospitals, they get on these respirators and they die. The respirators actually cause more harm than it does good. And fortunately for them, they went through the right channels. They went through urgent care, and that saved their lives. And now they're both doing great. I haven't heard from Frank since maybe late week before last. But I was talking to my cousin Russ yesterday, and he's in the Bronx. And he was chilling with his girlfriend. I mean, well, she's actually a girl who's his friend. You know what I mean? And she's actually my neck is killing me. By the way, I need to put my collar on. And he's doing great. Hey. So that's that. So anyhow, if you guys hear snoring in the background, that's this little. You see her laying there. This crazy dog. I forgot that big breed of dog. One that always follows its masters around everywhere they go, and they always tell you that if you don't like that kind of stuff, that's not the breed for you. I mean, everywhere the master goes, they go, and that's how she is with me. This dog is crazy. My kids could walk her, and she's fine. I walk her, and anybody comes by me, she wants to snap at them. Not anybody in the house because she wouldn't be here. But anybody outside, she goes, oh, it's like this dog is crazy. She's definitely she's a pit bull bully. Um, I think she's mixed with I think she's a pit bull um bulldog mix because of her height and her breathing, her respiratory breathing and stuff. And even the vet said he thinks the same thing. And I was like, yeah, I think she is. Because she's short but brolic as hell, man. So anyway, going to this stuff here. My same buddy, kid by the name of Tony. This kid is like a computer, and he's like a computer genius, man. And I sold him a lot of my video game stuff over the course of 2 weeks. I gave him great deals, like everything. He paid some money. He paid money for my stuff. But I decided that I'm just gonna, I want to get more into collecting box systems And if I am gonna have games that, I mean, like if I come across any Nintendo games, I don't care how crappy the game is. If they're in the boxes and I get them for a great deal or a steal, I'm gonna get them just because they have the boxes. And that's the reason why I haven't given him none, because I have most of the games that I do have. I have some box games as far as retro go. I have some Nintendo games that most of them are like only worth maybe $8 to $10 just cause they're in the box. But loose, they're like $1, $2 game. But I have a nice amount of those. And then for the Nintendo 64, I have probably one, two, three, four, five, seven. That one has better box games than the NES does, but about the same. Other than that, those are the only retro box stuff that I do have as far as cartridge goes. I don't have any Super. No, I just realized why did I put the Nintendo 64 stuff with the? I don't know. I got rearranged this anyway, and the reason why I got rid of so much stuff, like I even got rid of like a lot of the accessories, like the Wii Fit, the Wii Fit U, some other stuff that collaborates and go along with the Wii. And I really was gonna get rid of like games that were made specifically for the purpose of what the Wii is supposed to represent. But I got rid of that stuff too because I'm like, you know what? I'm only gonna get games that I either have a lot of nostalgia with, I love to play, and or if it's like top notch stuff that I like Mario. I mean, all the Mario games are a given, even if I don't like the games. That's just stuff I gotta have. It doesn't matter for which system. And like I got rid of mostly all the Pac-Mans and some other stuff. I was thinking about getting rid of my baseball games, but when I think of baseball, the only baseball games I ever enjoyed were the Nintendo baseball games. I don't like baseball games for no other system. Nintendo and the Neo Geo AES. Those are the only two systems that I love the baseball games. And of course, Nintendo is more nostalgic, and to me, it was just better because I love the sound. It sounds cheesy, but I just love everything about their games. It reminds me a lot of the '80s and early '90s and where I was and what I was doing. And like I said it before, and I say it a million more times, man. Sometimes just watching a certain TV show, hearing a certain TV show theme song, watching a certain movie, certain songs, certain sound effects from video games, certain video games just brings back nostalgia. Like for instance, I've been trying to find me a copy of Karnov for a long time. I love that game. He's like a genie that he's like on a quest. I love that game. There are some, and I love shooters. So I had to like before I gave him those games as well. I had to really, really look back at the games to make sure I really wanted them because I love shooters. Of course, the best shooter on Earth was always Gradius, and I got to get that for the NES as well. That's a great game. So I am one bases loaded short. I have bases loaded 2 and 3. Look at that. Look at that. I got her dog. We brought her dog bed, and you unzip it and you can take the cloth off and stuff. So I got that in the wash machine now. Actually, that should be done. So I'll probably put that in the dryer. I gotta look at it, see if we could put it in the dryer, or I might just hang dry it and just let her whatever. So I was thinking about it, and I was like, eh. And then I also have baseball stars and baseball stars too. So I kept those. Those are like basically the uncommon game. I mean, the regular games that are like $1, $2. But if you have the series, it makes the games more. It makes those specific games a little bit more collectible, so to speak. I gave him a lot of. I gave him some more GameCube games, and I gave him a lot of Wii games, some more Wii U games as well. Because, like I said, I'm only going to be collecting games that either are good titles and or games that I know I play and I would play if I decide to hook up one of these systems. So and kept all the what you call it. I was gonna give him another Super Nintendo Slim, aka Super Nintendo 2. People call it different things. That's it, right? Well, right, uh, right here. What? Where? Right, right there. That's it. So, because I did pick up one last week. Oh, was the week? Oh, I forgot. There was two Super Nintendos I picked up from Wayne. One was probably about almost a month ago, probably about three Sundays ago now. I was with my wife who was going shopping and picking up food and stuff. And this white dude, his wife was a real B, nasty B. But you could just tell. The way she stormed the house, I just wanted to run out my car and just put the beats on this woman, man. Just a real disgusting creature. It was so much that the husband was like, he was cool and he was embarrassed. Let's put it that way. And she was I ain't gonna go there, but I forgot which system I got from him. Actually, it was the Super Nintendo. It was that particular Super Nintendo. Now that I think about it, it was the one that came in a box. It was the Super Nintendo 2. We worked the deal out, so I brought that, and then another dude, which was just this week that just passed. I met up with him, and I got another Super Nintendo set, and his Super Nintendo set came with the double. It came with two controllers, and it came with the Super Mario game. No, actually, his came with one controller, but I have extra systems anyway, just for boxes. And the only Super Nintendo that I have in a box is the Killer Instinct one. And if you guys remember, last year, 2019, I was actually in the right place at the right time. I was in the Brick Church Station, aka East Orange GameStop, and this guy walks in with a black plastic bag, and for some reason I knew he had something decent in there. So I was like, let me hang around for a sec. And he asked them how much they would give him, and I think it was like, I forgot what it was, some disrespectful price, like 15 or 10 or something like that. Because when GameStop back in 2000 and late 18 or early 19, when they started taking back retro game systems and games, I guess they were getting overwhelmed because people started just trading in all types of craziness. And some games they were getting 35, 40. They was getting more than what you would get on eBay for it. And I guess GameStop corporate decided to just start ripping people off. And they started giving people $10, $15 for systems that they would turn around selling, flipping from 50 to 100, which was retarded. And but anyhow, he walked in with only thing he didn't have was a Killer Instinct game. But I'm like, yo, I do flea markets and garage sales, and I buy storage units. There's no way I'm not gonna come across a Killer Instinct game. And we made a deal. I had $30 on me, a $10 bill and a 20. He's like, yo, I'll do 25. If you want it, 25 is yours. And I was like, you know what, keep the 5. Don't worry about it. Because it was the Killer Instinct Super Nintendo. The box wasn't in the best condition, but I don't really care. As long as the boxes are presentable, even if the boxes have rips in it, and if I have to tape them, I don't care. Because at the end of the day, boxes are boxes, especially retro systems. So I wound up paying $30 for that, and that was the only one I had. And I only have one GameCube in a box, and now I have two Super Nintendos. Because now I have the regular Super Nintendo in the box. Then I had the Super Nintendo 2 in the box. And then I kept this other Super Nintendo 2, and I meant to sell it to that kid Tony yesterday, but I forgot to look it up, and because I want to make sure that there's no other different box set or different variant box for it before I get rid of it. Because if not, I don't really need two if it's only if they only made one particular box for that one system. Reason why I keep a lot of these other systems around is so if I get extra boxes. Like right now for the Nintendo, I think I'm missing one or two more boxes. Actually, two. I'm missing the track and field box, and I'm missing the original one, which is the Rob. I don't really care about serial numbers on the system matching the serial numbers on the box. As long as my system's in the box, I really don't give a flying crap. Because my point is, if I decide to take something out, I'll open it. But I just prefer to collect Nintendo stuff, and I just prefer to have all my systems in the boxes. Oh man, Isaiah about to get his ass in trouble. So I do have one extra regular Nintendo. I mean, I'm Super Nintendo. Then I have that Super Nintendo 2. And I have a top loading Nintendo because I can't wait to get a box for it. And then I have another regular Nintendo, and well, NES. And I have another regular Nintendo 64, the gray one. Then I have the Pikachu version, which is the Toys R Us exclusive one. And then I have the Jungle Green Nintendo 64. And then I have a silver or platinum GameCube, a black GameCube. Then I'm waiting to get boxes for those two. Then I have the red Wii that I'm waiting to get a box to, as well as a blue, finally a blue Wii. Then I have the Wii Mini that I want to get a box for. Then I have the white Wii U that I need a box for. And I think I covered that. I think I covered everything basically. And if the prices are reasonable, and depending on what it is, I really don't mind buying a system if it comes with the box. Because let's face it, boxes for Nintendo products are very rare and hard, and they're expensive, even for a Wii. If you get something boxed, it's crazy. Like if you notice, I have two Wii's, two white Wii's right here, one here, and then I have one down here, and both of those. But they're different boxes though. One comes with Wii, one comes with Wii Resort, one comes with Wii Sport, and I think the Wii Resort one comes with the Motion. Was it the Motion Plus controller versus the regular white one? So that's why I had those two boxes, just in case anybody's wondering, hey, why is the boxes different? It's just different variations, and that's basically why this stuff is the way it is. And of course, I also have a Virtual Boy. The Virtual Boy, I paid $250 for it, and I think that was a steal. To me, paying $250 for that was like paying $60 for it, because everybody wanted it after the fact. Some people in Columbus was all walking around talking about it, and nobody wanted to jump the gun. I told the guy, I said, you know what? If I come back and it's still here, then it's meant for me. And he was a real cool older white dude, and it was meant for me. And as soon as I went to hand him the money, not even 2 minutes later, another guy was coming in the market from the back like I do. And he said, oh, snap, wow, you're selling that? How much you want for it? And the guy was like, oh, it's sold already. He was like, oh, man. And he just kept saying it. And I could tell he would have brought it. I think if the guy said 280 or 300 on it, he probably would have brought it because he really wanted it. He said, yo, these things, oh, my God, I always wanted one. And mine's come with everything. And when I say the box is in great condition and the inside is bananasly immaculate, never played, never opened. But I am going to be doing a room tour. I hate saying that because I keep saying I'm going to do a room tour and I don't. I also did a room tour over 2 months ago. And I didn't yet. So I do got to rearrange my boxes and stuff. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start putting the boxes from the floor and working myself up. But I'm going to leave it like that for now until I really decide what to do, because I'm going to go do some more games, because I basically kept all of Donkey Kong, Nintendo, most of the games that really represent Nintendo. I think the only thing I got rid of was Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Stadium, just because I don't play those games. I do like, I hate really saying that, I like Pokemon. I really don't. I'm really more, thanks for the thumbs up, by the way. I'm really more of a Pikachu person. And I'm never going to play Pokemon Stadium or none of that. I should and I could just deal with the Game Boys and stuff, because I had tons of Game Boys here. And I had Game Boys in the boxes. But again, I only want stuff that I'm really going to collect. I don't really like dealing with the handhelds, because the handhelds are not like the home systems. Nintendo systems are sturdy and strong as hell. But all handhelds like Game Gears and like the Game Boys, they just over the years they take a toll. You gotta get them fixed. They have issues with the sound. They have issues with, you know, screen flickering. Even if they're brand new, you open it up. It's just years and just years of the deterioration, even if they're new. So that's the reason why I don't like dealing with the handhelds. It's too many. So and I decided that if I am gonna get handheld Nintendo products, I want to make sure that they're special editions. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so yeah, like for instance, I do have a Nintendo DSi XL, and that one, the reason why I have it is because it's actually is actually the Mario one, and it comes with Mario Kart. So it says includes 3 pre-installed titles, Brain Age, well, two different Brain Ages and some photo clock, whatever crap. That's garbage. I wound up getting that on eBay. I got the box. Box is kind of ripped up on the side, but the front is really, really nice. And I really brought it for the box, but I didn't even realize it was kind of a. I mean, I paid for it, but you know, some handheld boxes cost more than a home system or home console boxes. So I was like, okay, well, whatever. And I didn't realize that the person actually gave the game, and the person gave the system works, but the system on the outside had a lot of scuffs and stuff to it. But either way, it was still like it was like a come up in a way. So I sold that one to that dude Tony 2 weeks ago in a big lot he brought, and I put mine because mine was in immaculate condition in the box with the Mario Kart DS, as well as I think the game the case too. Then I also have the that Pokemon Gray Nintendo Switch that they made, or the Switch Lite, excuse me. That's actually still sealed, brand new. And then I have a Zelda Switch controller. I got that. I got that in Brooklyn a while ago. I think it was like around Black Friday-ish time, and it was like I think 20 or 14.99 or something like that. I forgot what they were doing with it. As you can see, she likes the Nintendo stuff because she was just, as you see her just looking at it. So that's what I've been doing lately, y'all. I've just been, doing the same jibber jabber. I do have a boxed Xbox 360 because I'm a Star Wars fanatic, and I think that's probably the best or one of the best. I'm not gonna go as far as saying sought after, but I do know that I've seen boxes sell for about $100 to $140 just for the box alone for the Star Wars R2D2 edition. Only thing I'm missing, I actually have the game and everything. Only thing I'm missing, and it's funny because the actual controller, and the actual 360, I already forgot her name. I think her name was Faye or something like that. She's the manager of the GameStop in Flatbush over there. I guess it's the Flatbush Tilden GameStop, because I've been inquiring for almost 3 weeks about it, and the guys kind of did some disrespectful stuff, and whoever was there did something to the somehow they messed up their SKU and they sold the wrong box, whatever, so they couldn't do nothing with the system. So she was like, "Yo, listen, the system's not in here." She looked up, she felt bad, and anyway, I just went out walking out the store with it. Like, she was like, "Here, you can take it. Don't worry about it." It's all me. And I was like, "I appreciate y'all." I was very, very happy, and she let me have it. And it's funny because I looked online, found the box for I think 50 or under. And the only thing I'm missing now is the white Connect camera. So I'll get the camera for it, and I'll be complete. Then I have the Halo 3 edition Xbox 360 that works. So I will be looking for that box next. So there are some boxes I want. Like I said, I don't mind special edition boxes and special edition systems and whatnot, and I'll just box them and put them away just because they're special editions. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, those are the only things that I would get outside of Nintendo. I would have to have special edition box systems. So moving on, as of late, I noticed they had a couple of new waves of Marvel Legends and stuff. If I get another Marvel Legend wave, I brought one that Sunday. I was with my wife where we went and we brought some stuff, and I paid like basically $150. It's like $148 for 7 of the what was it, the Gamerverse Abomination Build-A-Figure set. It's like 7 figures. Of course, Captain America didn't come with anything. Again, I don't know why they have to do that. Like, why put something in the Build-A-Figure set that has nothing to do with the Build-A-Figure? It doesn't come with an extra piece, not even an antenna to put on the person's head, but they still do it. So I had it for about a week, or I think the 6th day I took it back. And I was glad I did, because I was like, yo, it was a garbage wave. To me, like they gave another crappy version of that ugly little teenage looking Ms. Marvel figure, which is garbage. They gave Marvel's Mark 1. I'm a comic guy, and I don't know who the hell Marvel's Mark 1 is. Then they gave like the only character to me, the Iron Man was alright, the Captain America was cool. But the best character in there was the Leader. So it's like you're paying all that money just to get Leader and to build a Gamerverse version of Abomination. Like, it's not even a comic interpretation of him, And I was like, I was looking at it for over a week, and I was like, I don't want this crap. Then I was looking at reviews on them, and I'm like, everybody's being nice about it because a lot of these guys are sponsored by different places. A lot of these places send these guys stuff to review and to keep it. So of course they're going to be fake, and they're going to be BS. And you can see in their voice that they really don't want to come out their face and say nothing bad about it. But saying they really don't want to say nothing good about it because they know if they had to go out there and buy, they wouldn't. But they can't say that. You can read in between the lines, and I hate that. I hate fake people. Just what I'm saying, like, and then people with this Patreon crap, like. Like, hey, if you support my channel, you're basically begging. Like, everybody's running around like, oh, this person is dead. I'm like, come on, man. Like, you're a grown man and you got all this stuff behind you and you're doing all this. And then you tell them, and then you got brainwashed idiots that are sitting up here. Oh, I love your channel. And it's like, hey, add to my Patreon page. You're basically saying, hey, listen, I will come out with new material if you guys help me support my channel. Like, you're basically helping. You can't afford it, but you can't afford to get stuff on yourself. But you're sitting here and you're giving somebody else money so they can go out and buy stuff, add to their collection, and get stuff for free. And on top of that, you're helping them in every way. And I'm like, I don't understand people. I'm like, that's why I tell people. I say, if you give 70 to 80% idiots a loaded gun and tell them if they kill themselves, their family be left off, and on top of that, if you use this particular bullet, you come back to life. These 70 to 80% of y'all on YouTube are idiots, and you do it for the same reason why everybody walk around with masks and everybody, the corona. I'm like, come on, man, really? Like this stuff's been here since October. Probably since it's been there probably before that. So you figure from Halloween, people been social since from that all the way up until like. Well, March, when when the government decided to start letting people in on it because it became a pandemic. It was a pandemic because they put it out there. But I'm not going to stress and put much on that, because at the end of the day, like they say, you can lead the horse to the water, but you can't make the horse drink. And unfortunately, a lot of you guys out there, die of dehydration from that same damn, metaphor. So anyhow, getting back to this stuff. So, and I think there's another Marvel Legend wave out there. I don't really know much about it, but it's like I'm just, if I get a Marvel piece or something, it's got to either be on sale. Like last week, I was in Target and they had Squirrel Girl. I actually like the Squirrel Girl comic, and I like Squirrel Girl, to be honest. I mean, it's like a funny. I like it. You know what I'm saying? I got sisters, so I like it. I get it, and I like it. But they had it for $39.99. They had her for $39.99. Excuse me. But for some strange reason, when the lady scanned the cosmic I'm about to say Roadrunner, the cosmic Ghost Rider, he came up at like $10.98. They only had one, and ironically, the one they had, the packaging was decent. So I grabbed that. So it's funny because yeah, it didn't have a clearance sticker or anything on it. So I grabbed that. I grabbed the Todd McFarlane Wonder Woman. And every time I see Superman, I'm like, oh, I keep forgetting, do I have this one or do I don't? Because I did get the regular Batman. I do have the animated Batman and Superman, and I have that beautiful concept version of Batman and Superman to where they look like big mech warriors or like Ronin. It's crazy. I just love them. I think they're beautiful. It's it's concept. I love it. It doesn't really say Superman. You really don't know it's a Superman figure. But you see the Superman emblem. Same thing with Batman. I had to have those. So now I do realize that I do need the Superman. I do need the regular Superman. But today I got to take care of some stuff. I'm waiting until 10 o'clock, and I'm going to call back the adjuster, make sure he got those pictures I sent him yesterday of the car. And then I have to call back and start another claim for what happened yesterday afternoon. So it's just too much, man. So outside of that, you guys and girls, just give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I have to go and pay my water bill, so to speak. How big my dog is? How big she is? She's a vicious dog too. That's crazy. She's a great guard dog. Good girl. Good girl. She wants to be petted. Hey, baby. I'll be right back, y'all. I gotta go pay my water bill. Stay. Sit. Don't move. Stay. Alright. I'll be right back. Stay there. Stay. For a lot of you younger guys out there, man, it's very important. Very, very important. As you see, your boy's still losing. Look at this. Look how big this shirt is. Still losing crazy weight. Even during this COVID, I'm sitting home and the days I could eat, I eat. It's crazy. Right, Mama? Not sure if he rubbed again. Hold on a second, y'all. Let me see what the hell this is. Oh, yeah. I've been looking for one of these for a long time, like ever since Christmas. But I've been looking for the sweatshirt, and from what I was told, Unfortunately, you can tell this is already too big for me. Of course, this time last year, or just around last year, I was starting to lose weight. But I say, well, yeah. Either way you look at it, like this is too big. This is, and it's funny because these shirts are fitted, and this is a 2X. Very few times they have these in 3, but this shirt is already too big for me. It's a 3X, but I got it because you see what it says on it. Nintendo 64, $12.99. I'm definitely gonna get a couple more of these, just because I love Nintendo, and I just realized. Oh, okay, that's from the box. It says athletic fit. They only had a small and a medium. So being that they had a small and a medium, and they had a small and medium and one 2X. My daughter helped me find this. She picked the what they call it, Naruto or whatever. I can't pronounce that shit. But anyway, she got that for herself, and we kept looking, and we knew that this was black because I seen it on a little billboard advertisement thing. So we kept looking, and I wound up finding it, and this is why it's very important. It's very important to be a persistent person, because I could have easily overlooked it and I didn't, and I wound up getting the shirt. So that's pretty cool. And I wound up picking this stuff up yesterday. But before that, I realized that NECA, is it NECA? I think I already messed up. It's either NECA or another company. I can't remember the name of it. But they came out. They came out with the Ghostbuster figures. I could have picked up the 3 of them from my local Walmart, but I didn't because they only had 3. And one of them, the packaging or the card, like the blister was the cardboard that holds the figure in place. It's called a blister, and that it was kind of a little damaged. And I was like, I don't want to hold it and then return. I don't want to do that. I want to try to get all 4 of them. The lady just told me, hey, it just came out and they sold out. They sold out very quickly. So I know that I can find them. So I'll wait for those. So that's gonna basically be $60 because 15 to 15 is 30, and 30 times 2 is 60. So I'll definitely grab those just because I like them. And then outside of that, what I did pick up yesterday, I picked up in Target. I picked up these 4 items in Target. I know it took me an hour to basically get to what I was getting to. I do like the Godzillas that NECA puts out. I think you get a good bang for your buck with the NECA Godzillas, even versus the Bandai, because of the weight. You just get I just think you get so much. You get so much more. So much more. And you got some people that don't like the NECA, and it's funny because I'm like, yo, a lot of the NECA stuff is a lot more articulated than to me than Bandai. And of course, you know, if I'm gonna spend that kind of money on something, I want, you know, I'd love to have something with weight to it. I mean, look how beautiful this Godzilla look. It's really, really nice. And I think this is like what? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I ain't getting in between that. You know, he been slacking a lot lately. He's been more on this Roblox stuff and not doing what he's supposed to do. And I'm not gonna save him this time because I don't like the kids. I'm more of a screamer and curse at you and be like that than to hit. I'm not really believe it or not, I'm not really the kind of person to hit. But if I do hit you, you deserve it, and it's gonna be something. If I hit you, it's gonna be something. But you know, the wife is Caribbean. You know, Caribbeans are quick to hit. they grew up on that stuff. Blood by me, kill your ass now. I'm tired of your ass, boy. Get your blood clot in the room and go get a twitch, boy. They be hitting their kids with fucking pans and stitcher cords, all types of craziness. So I think I got like 3 or 4 of them up there already in the box. Maybe 3, I don't know. It should be 4. Whatever. Anyway, so I'm hoping I don't have that one, Shin Godzilla. So I picked him up, and I had to pick this up. I've been waiting to see this one. And when I try to get these are the ones I really try to get because I do like. I mean, it costs more, but I like the fact that they come with material than just the regular. Um, to me, they're kind of like the top of the line versions of NECA. I mean, of like Hot Toys and was it what's the other one? Mezco? Like the Mezco 112 scale stuff. I think it's kind of cool. So yeah, and I do have the Tim Curry version of it from the Channel 7 was it Channel 7? But you know, back in the early '90s, the TV series version versus this one. I haven't really sat back and watched part one of this too much because I like the original, and I definitely didn't see the ending of this one. But everybody always say that this one was a lot more scarier and crazier than the Tim Curry one. And with what's going on with how they do stuff now in the movies, I could probably believe that. And everybody always talk about like my boy loved it. My boy, the late Louis Pepe. Godspeed to him and my boy Vic Rosario. They're up there right now looking at all the new stuff coming out, chilling. I just hope they know, just don't come calling me yet, please, y'all. Like I told Fate, let me see Isaiah, at least let me see Isaiah get that diploma in his hands, that high school diploma, and I'm fine. If I can go way longer than that, if I can see my grandkid, at least one of my grandkids go, get a high school diploma, that would be great too. But if it ain't working out that way, let me at least see this kid get his high school diploma in his hands. You know what I'm saying? But outside of that, I always say that because, nothing's guaranteed to you. And I don't want to seem greedy or whatnot. So anyway, this is really, really cool. And it's funny because the NECA stands, they don't like the Tim Curry one doesn't fit right. It doesn't fit flush or fit right to this stand. So I may go and get the dynamic stands just to put him on. Because he doesn't work with he doesn't stand good with this one. So I'm pretty confident that this will probably be the same. I do notice that they are taller than their regular 6-inch line. But you gotta remember something too. The whole point of the movie is, even as people are adults, he's supposed to stand at like what I think 7 or 10 feet tall compared to everybody else. That's basically he's basically like tall. I hope that they do a Phantasm. I really want a Phantasm, the tall man figure that'll be banging. Then I got these guys here. I like Halloween, but I'm not really. Freddy and Jason are my dudes, man. I do like Halloween. I'm not gonna lie, but if I had to choose, I definitely go more with Jason and Freddy than I would Michael Myers. But I think that would be a great movie. I think Michael Myers versus Jason would be a banging movie. Even better so than the Jason versus Freddy. And when I first heard it, I thought it was gonna be stupid, but when I actually saw it in the theaters, I was like, it wasn't bad. The storyline and how they built up to it was actually pretty. It wasn't as cheesy as I expected. And now, as I'm older, looking back at a lot of the because when I was growing up, the Jason and Freddy movies, you were like, whoa. Now I look at them and I'm like, I be falling asleep on them like. But when I look at the Jason versus Freddy movie, because they did redo Jason and they did redo Freddy, and I didn't like the reboots. I thought they both were very cheesy and kind of like, just cheesy and like B movie material cheesy. But that Jason versus Freddy, that was actually pretty good. And I do love Rob Zombie's version of Halloween. And it's funny because out of a reboot, I think Rob Zombie's versions of Halloween was the best. That it was very, very violent, very gory. I just thought it was off the chain. I loved it. I am, I'm more of a Jason fan. I'm gonna come to like horror. I'm more of a Jason guy than Freddy or Michael Myers or anybody. And they did have this part 5. I do want part 6. Jason Lives. And I'm trying to think. I probably would change his head to one of these other masks. I'm definitely not gonna do that stupid hockey mask. That's garbage. I don't like that. But I probably wouldn't keep the maggots coming out or the worms coming out his mask. I probably wouldn't do that, only due to the fact that it was more or less like that. Just when when they went to dig him out the grave, he was like that. So in this one, I'm definitely gonna have him holding the axe, since the other one is holding a machete. And I'm gonna put one of these masks on him. Most likely, I'll put the. It's gonna be one of these two. One of these two other ones right here. I don't really know which two. It'll probably be the one right under the stupid looking hockey mask with the red. It'll probably be more that one than the one right under it. So that'll probably be pretty cool. And I do have another Jason here, because there are some figures I'm going to be recycling, rebooting around, and probably get rid of. And then Halloween 2 Michael Myers, or they call it Ultimate Michael Myers. I believe they also have some of these guys that are either coming or supposedly be coming, just like those two clowns. No. Only thing I don't like about this particular Michael Myers, I'm not gonna lie, is I really don't like the Michael Myers is more like the old one from the movies. He was Rob Zombie's version. He was tall and brolic, but Michael Myers and the the old Michael Myers, he was always he was kind of tall but slim, but strong as hell. But he was slimmer and he was tall. But in here they kind of gave him, to me, it looks like he got a fat body. I think they just went too baggy on the suit. I think that I just think he looks a little too fat, and I don't like the head sculpt that's on him now. I'll probably go more with this one. I'll probably put this one on him. I don't like this one, or I'll probably put one of these two. But anybody ever wanted to know, they actually went with a young version of William Shatner. They used a cast of William Shatner's face when he was back in the Star Trek times. And that's what they got. That's what Michael Myers' Halloween mask is made out of. It's actually a cast of William Shatner's face, and they added the crazy hair to it, and of course they cut out the eye, the whole eye, and there you have Michael Myers' mask. So for anybody who don't know that, yes, that's the mask they use for Halloween, aka Michael Myers' mask. Just in case you guys out there, guys and girls, don't know. Well, I gotta get ready to get going, because it's basically going on 10 o'clock. I gotta call back my adjuster, and I gotta call back these guys again. But I'm gonna call my adjuster first. I'm gonna call a body shop first and see if he can call the guy, ask the guy how much the window is gonna cost. Because if anything, I'll probably pay for it, and then maybe get a check later from the lady next door. Maybe she'll go ahead and just pay it out for me instead of us going through the insurance, put another claim. Because then that'll be her second claim on her property damaging my vehicle. Then that'll be my third claim. 2 from her property damaging my vehicles, and then 1 from the person that hit me from behind, which I really don't want to deal with, only due to the fact that yet again, my insurance can go up, even though neither one of these 3 are my fault, but they're going to look at it like they come out of pocket. But the thing is, these 2 incidences, they'll go after her insurance, and her insurance most likely will pay for it anyway. But insurances don't care. They don't work that way, because they, believe it or not, it don't matter what companies they are. Companies are always in business of helping each other out, not you. And no matter what insurance company you have, that's just the way they do it. That's the way they play the game, man. None of them are in business. None of them. The longer you know and keep in mind that none of these companies are in business to help you. They're in business to take your money and give you the sense of this and that, but they're never in business of helping you. So, the sooner you guys understand and know that, the better. So anyhow, that's about it for now, man. I'll holler at you guys later, man. Peace out and deuces. Oh shit, Michelle, Can you go downstairs and see if you see my phone? I thought I had my fucking phone up here this whole time. I gotta make some phone calls.